Hey guys, Mike Chen here in Mexico City. Mexico City, of course, is a bustling metropolis teeming with life and flavor. And here in the heart of Mexico, you'll find a culinary landscape as rich and diverse as its culture. In this video, we're gonna forget about the fancy restaurants and gourmet dining, which of course there are a lot in the city. We're diving headfirst into the vibrant world of street food, where the real magic happens. First, we're going to a legendary sandwich stall, where the line could stretch on for hours. Then heading to some cafes with some fantastic breakfast deals. Of course, we're gonna go for some tacos. Then I'm heading to one of Mexico's most famous and intriguing local markets where bugs may be on the menu. This is gonna be a very fun-filled food day. Let's get started. This is such a beautiful day. It's nice and cool. There's a drizzle going on, and I am here at the most ultimate breakfast sandwich spot in Mexico City, La Esquina Del Chilaquil. And this is a place I've been to last time I was here in Mexico City, and I still think about it. So every morning, this little stand on the street corner just opens up about 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm here a little before 8. There's already a line of about 15 people. And if you come here any later, it's gonna be about an hour, 2 hour wait. And they serve these ginormous tortas, and inside you can either have it with chicken milanesa or cochinita or chilaquiles or all of it. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Build my own sandwich. I learned from my mistake last time, which was just getting one. Now I got two. One chicken, one pork. And each one of these is a hefty portion of a sandwich. I think close to a pound. Each one is sandwiched between toasty, soft bread. Like I said, I got two sandwiches. This is the most famous. I got the milanesa, which is a breaded piece of chicken. There's refried beans, there's crema, there's cheese, there's chilaquiles. You can either get it with salsa verde or salsa roja, or you can ask for both. I got both. Oh, I missed this thing. No joke. This is about a pound. Oh my God. This is a sloppy, absolutely loaded sandwich. When you eat this, you're gonna get sauce all over your face, you're gonna get on your hands, you're gonna make a mess, and you're gonna have the best time of your life doing it. This is one of the best sandwiches in the world. And you'll know that after your very first bite. This sandwich is the epitome of Mexican comfort food. Everything in here is designed to make you feel all warm and cozy, and every single bite will set off fireworks in your mouth. Oh my gosh, this is so good. The chicken is tender, it's flavorful, it's sitting on top of a layer of refried beans that just adds to the richness, the creaminess, and brings its own amazing flavors and umami. The chilaquiles provides a smoky, spicy contrast and balance to the richness of the sandwich, and the crema and cheese just brings it home. There's almost too much flavor in the sandwich, I kid you not. Chilaquiles are so good. They have completely soaked up the salsa. And every bite you take is spicy, it's zesty, it's so smoky. You could sleep on this bread. I want a pillow made out of this bread, and every morning when I wake up, that'll just be my breakfast. It's soft, it's warm, it's comforting. Comfort will be the #1 word I could use to describe this sandwich. It's so good. This is an absolute must try. And it's only about 60, 70 pesos. And I got here as soon as they opened. I only waited about 10 minutes, but if I had to wait 6 hours for the sandwich, I'm waiting 6 hours for the sandwich. Of course, I'll be getting like 10 instead of 2. Once you eat one of these, you're gonna wish you had another, and now I do. This one is stuffed with cochinita, with salsa verde and salsa roja. Of course, the mixed chilaquiles, cheese, refried beans, and crema. Oh, this is gonna be messier than the first one. Oh my gosh, I don't know which one's better. This pork is extraordinary. The marinated pork is melt in your mouth, tender. It's so flavorful on its own, a little smoky and spicy. You can taste the chilies in that marinade. All the juice from the pork is leaking onto this bread, and this is why this sandwich is messier. It's a lot juicier than the other one. The refried beans, delicious. I'm gonna flip it over and eat from the other end because the red chilaquiles are over here. One end more zesty, the other more spicy and smoky. There's no bad way to eat this. Oh man, I could go home happy right now. If I could, I want to have a day where all I eat are these sandwiches. And one, I think will pretty much tie you over for a while. But two, it's just gonna make you happier. So your choice. All right, this is gonna require my full attention not to drop any ingredients. See you in a bit. It's still breakfast time, so I'm gonna go for some more chilaquiles at Chilpa. So I got a bowl of build your own chilaquiles. Beautiful fried eggs on top, chilaquiles on the bottom, and a side of habanero salsa. They said this is the spiciest salsa they have. Add a little bit of it. Also, there's some onions and I think some crema. Let's try this. This is fantastic. I love it. You could customize this all sorts of different ways. You could put different proteins on here. You could have baked tortilla chips and not fried if you want to, but this is freaking marvelous. The sauce is incredibly vibrant and flavorful. Without the habaneros, it's mildly spicy. You're gonna feel a little bit of burn. I like a little bit more burn. And the tortilla chips beautifully soaked up all that flavor. At the same time, it still retains a little bit of crunch. This is so far the best chilaquiles I've had in Mexico. You can add some eggs to increase the richness and creaminess of the chilaquiles. I'm adding more of the habanero. This stuff is really good. I like it. I also like that it's such a chilly morning. Oh, the heat feels so nice. Got a corn chop. This is good too. All this for about $8. This is such a delicious local breakfast. This is so good that it's one of those times where for me, no meat, no problem. This place I'm at is incredible. What a find. This is a cafe that's been around for about 40 years and the prices are incredible. So they have these combos where it comes with a main course. It includes juice, fruit, coffee, bread, and the one I got is just under $6. Or you could go for the more expensive combos like the ones with chilaquiles or eggs, ham, bacon for about 50 cents more. I've been dying to try an actual moede, so that's what I got. If I didn't just have some chilaquiles, I would have got that, but this is such an economical combo. Look at this, freshly squeezed orange juice. Wow. Oh yeah, this is fresh. That's as fresh as can be. Got some coffee, some papaya. They have different types of fruits you can choose from, different juices. Also, my Spanish is pretty much non-existent. They're so nice and patient with me here. A lot of Google Translate, and it's a really cute setting. You can sit outside, you can sit indoors. This is really, really nice. This coffee is amazing. It tastes just as good as it smells. Here it is. Refried beans, cheese on toasted bolillo bread with fresh, vibrant pico de gallo. So freaking good. So simple and delicious. Add some pico de gallo. This is such a delightful mix of textures and flavors. The toasty bread has such a satisfying crunch. You got that creamy, savory, umami-filled refried beans, and that gooey, melty cheese just brings everything together. The pico de gallo is so good on the moedas. It adds such a bright, tangy contrast to the rich refried beans and the cheese. This is actually a pretty hefty breakfast. Moedas, the papaya, the fresh squeezed orange juice, coffee, under $6. What a freaking deal this is. I know at lunchtime they have lunchtime combos too. This is a supremely delicious value for money place. Adding fresh pico de gallo makes such a difference on the moedas. Orange juice, papaya, fresh as can be. Coffee's delicious. Oh, it's such a great place. Lunchtime, Let's go get some tacos. And the place I'm going to took me to here, Centro Histórico. A friend of mine who I met at another taco place said this is his favorite taco shop in all of Mexico City, Taqueria Arandas. Whoa, there are taco shops all over the place here. As soon as you walk up, you can smell the al pastor roasting on the fire and all the juice from this thing just collecting on the bottom. All right, got my taco plate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tacos I want to try. One is their al pastor, which I heard that's their most popular one. Most people just get that. I also got some longaniza. I got some tripe. I love tripe tacos. I got some lengua, tongue, and sudadero because that is going to be so marbled and fatty and delicious. Also, got a little jar of consomme. Let's go for the pastor. I am so excited to try the al pastor. Look at those thin cuts of roasted meats. Also, the tortilla is bigger than normal. That is what taco dreams are made of. Smoky charred pieces of marinated pork, nice little crunch from the onions, a sweet burst of juice from the pineapples, add a little bit of pickled onions and peppers. That bite had a ton of juicy pineapples. That was a happy bite. The pickled onions and the habanero make such a difference in the texture and flavor. I love that blast of heat and acid balancing out the fatty pork. That's so nice. Longaniza. Whoa. This is just pure explosive flavor right here. This thing has so much spices and heat. Wow, that's intense. I am so excited for this. Look at that yummy stomach. This is my favorite. Out freaking standing. I like this more than the al pastor. This is so freaking good. Nice snappy texture from the stomach. They clean this really well, so not funky at all. Just so much rich, deep umami flavor steeped into every single bite of this thing. I love the nice thick cuts of tripe with a slight bit of organy flavor, which I feel like it makes it taste even better. Next up, another one of my favorite cuts, the tongue. Oh, look at this. They give you a giant piece of tongue here. And I should have ate this first because this is a cut you don't want to cool down. It'll turn into a tire. The tongue is tender, but a little dry. This I'm really excited about. Yeah, this is tender. It's tender, it's fatty, with an incredible beefy flavor. I think my favorite, tripe for sure. It was the tenderest, juiciest, with such a nice, interesting texture. No funk. Then I like the al pastor. The al pastor is also nice. The meat is charred, it's smoky. The tongue is a little disappointing. At first bite, it seemed like it was really good, but it was mainly the juice coming from the salsa. And it was very tender and soft, but quite dry. Pretty much every single day I've been in Mexico City, every day have to try out a new taco spot. I think my favorite taco stand still is the one I went to in Michoacan. The deliciousness of that taco is still etched in my brain. So I'm trying to go around Mexico City eating at as many taco stands as I can. I don't think it's the best I've had in Mexico City, but not bad. This storm came out of nowhere. It's still sunny over there. Anyway, I wanted to go to this restaurant here, La Casa de Tonio. I think this whole building is shut down. Oh well, let's go to the local market, you know, when this rain dies down. The sun's back out. That only lasted for about 5 minutes. This is the Church of San Francisco. I love exploring old churches, castles, anything with a lot of history. I love it. So this church was built in the 1700s, and the two previous churches built here, they both sunk because of the soft soil. But this one is still standing strong. It's just so cool that this church is steps away from Madero Street, which is arguably the busiest street here in Mexico City. And there's so much going on the street. Then you walk into the church and it's just so tranquil and nice. It's so nice to get away from the hustle and bustle a little bit. I haven't had a chance to go to a local market yet here in Mexico. And a short walk from where I was is this historical market, Mercado San Juan. This is one of the most eclectic markets here in Mexico City, and it has pretty much everything. Seafood, very exotic meats, cheeses, fruits, vegetables. Let's go take a look. Grasshopper. Oh, and when you walk around, people offer you samples, and there's a sample grasshopper. Very grassy. There's a lot of different insects here. Scorpions, giant beetles, there's ostrich, there's sharks, there's alligators. Wow. So one thing you have to try when you're in this market is the cured meats and cheeses. So there are a lot of these deli type stalls with tons of cured meats, cheeses, and they're always offering samples. I just kind of randomly chose one, and they said that whatever I order, they're gonna give me a glass of wine for free. I asked them if I could get a Coke instead, and they graciously said yes. So when I sit down, I get a little sample plate of cured meats and cheeses. All the baguettes and tapas, about 100 pesos. Oh, and while I'm here, also got a scorpion. Let me try the sampler first, then I'm gonna show you guys what my baguette and what my tapas look like. It's beautiful. Oh, that is smoky. This is smoked provolone. This is a hard cheese. It's extremely nutty. This thing has really intense flavors. Oh, the aftertaste is fantastic. This one is made from goat milk and red wine. Oh. Very, very soft. I love this one. This one is incredibly soft and milky. It's also very rich and creamy with a slight tangy flavor. This is so nice. This thing's just got so much depth to it. They say this is Holland cheese. Wow, this is the creamiest one. Also the cured meats. This is the chorizo. It goes really nice with the Holland cheese. And that is a spiced up piece of chorizo. Next is the salami. Look at that pepper in there. A lot of tanginess in that piece of salami. Oh, that's so nice too. And this piece is lomo embuchado. So it's a cured piece of pork loin. Savory, a little smoky. That's nice. All right, check out my spread. Each baguette is just loaded with the cured meat, cheese. Then this is literally half a giant baguette. Inside, multi-layers of meats and cheese. They definitely do not skimp on the meat here. I have the National Serrano, the Salamanca Chorizo, and inside my baguette, Pamplona Chorizo with Gruyere and goat cheese, and one scorpion. Let's just save this for last. This is the Salamanca Chorizo. This thing looks like it has a very smooth texture. You can see all the marbling. On top of it, a little bit of cheese, olive oil. The meat is higher than the baguette. I don't want to lose a single little piece, so that is so freaking good. It is not just simple ham on top of a piece of baguette. Not at all. First of all, the ham is delicious. The meat is pretty much translucent. This thing is so translucent. If you wore this outside, you'd be arrested. Wow. It's chewy. The flavors are so complex. It's a little nutty, very savory with that beautiful umami-filled aftertaste. And also, they put some kind of Italian herbs on top with some hard cheese. I mean, everything about this. All sitting on a beautiful, sweet slice of tomato. I mean, when you first bite into this, it's like experiencing a delicate, soft, savory kiss on your palate. And then as you chew, a little sweetness emerges, and then the flavor just keeps getting deeper and deeper, more and more complex until all that's left is this savory umami that's lingering on the top of your tongue. It's perfect with a slice of sweet, juicy tomato. I love the Italian spices on it. It's really, really good. Next up, Pamplona chorizo. Again, a very generous helping of it. This thing is rich and smoky, spicy, and very, very tangy. It has an extremely distinct, robust flavor to this as well. Definitely nothing subtle about this flavor. Try some of this salsa. I feel like that thing adds more aroma to the food than heat. All right, last one is the baguette with the Pamplona chorizo and the Gruyere and the goat cheese. Oh, this is good. Really nice, flaky baguette. Little Italian seasoning, olive oil on top with the cheese. Oh, you can definitely taste the Gruyere cheese in this. The Gruyere cheese is very nutty with a slight sweetness. And then at the same time, you taste the smooth, rich, milky texture of the goat cheese. And that is all sitting on top of the rich, spicy chorizo. Then you see here the oil from the salami, the meats. It's soaked into the baguette. So every single thing you're eating is just full of incredible flavors. Last thing, when avoiding it, the scorpion. I don't know exactly how to eat this. Maybe add some lemon juice to it? There you go, lemon juice on the scorpion. It's obviously fried. Let's try it. Huh. That was interesting. That thing is really crunchy on the outside. It definitely has a filling. It was like a very organy, crunchy gushers. It does have a little bit of an alcohol taste to it, so I think maybe they cooked it in some wine. I mean, don't really recommend it for a typical lunch or dinner, but that was interesting. Let's just say it was not love at first steam, but hey, at least I get to cross that off my bucket list. Overall though, if you do come to this market, definitely recommend the tapas. Oh, and as I was leaving, they brought this over. It's a little baguette on top. There's mascarpone cheese, Mexican honey, and walnuts. Oh yeah. That's good? It's really good. Wow. It's rich, so creamy. The cheese feels fluffy and light. I mean, the honey's delicious. I love the crunchy nuts, but wow, that was amazing. They even offered me more. It's such a friendly place. Oh my gosh. Try this place out when you're here. Last place I'm going to, La Casa de Toño. I didn't know about this place until I accidentally walked past it in a mall somewhere. Look at this. Like 30 people standing outside waiting to get in. It's not lunchtime, it's not dinner time, but it is casa time. And it's so crazy because it's such a big restaurant. 1 block away, there's another one. This one seems to have less people. There's still a wait. I got a number, I'm 3 away. All right, gotta try this place because apparently every single person in this country loves it. Wow, okay, I'm just looking at the menu. I now know why there's a line of people here. It has pretty much all the classic Mexican dishes. There's flautas, tostadas, there's enchiladas, quesadillas, tacos, chilaquiles, all of it. I don't think a single dish is above 100 pesos. So there's a couple steak dishes that's like 97, 98 pesos. That's the most expensive one. Most dishes around 50 pesos. Wow. Ah, gracias. Gracias. Wow, that was quick. I literally just sat down. They came over and took my order. I ended up getting the pozole, which I hear is supposed to be the best here. In a big bowl with tortilla, around $4 US. And between placing my order to getting my food, literally 2 minutes. I haven't had this yet on this trip, and this is a very traditional Mexican stew, loaded with vegetables, chicken. Oh, there's a lot of chicken in here, and corn kernels. Giant white corn kernels called hominy, which is really the essence of this stew. And of course, the broth is made with an array of chilies and spices and peppers. Oh wow, that's good. This doesn't taste like it came from a restaurant chain. This tastes like it came from a grandma's kitchen. It is so hearty and comforting. The broth is warm, it's savory, a tiny bit of heat. Just taking a spoonful with all the ingredients, with the chicken, with the shredded lettuce. This is a really, really hearty bowl of soup. The chicken itself is really impressively tender. It's shredded white meat, and it's as tender as can be. I definitely want to add a splash of citrus to brighten the flavors up. This is so convenient right here. Perfect. Perfect. After that, it feels like all that amazing hearty flavor just amplified. Everything tastes brighter. Yeah, that splash of lime definitely made this way more vibrant. Oh my gosh, there's some chilies here. It's got a little bit of heat and a little bit of smokiness, but let's see if I can amplify the heat a bit. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my goodness, if you ever come here, be very careful. This thing should have a warning label. I sprinkle not too much of this in my soup. This thing tastes like it belongs in a volcano. Oh yeah. But with this added, this is now a flavor bomb. Every single spoonful, you get a crunch from the cabbage, a nice pop in texture and subtly sweet flavor from the corn kernels. I mean, every single ingredient is doing what it should. The cabbage is nice and crunchy. Every ingredient has definitely soaked up all that delicious flavor of the soup, and with the added lime and chilies. And not saying this didn't taste amazing before, but it's like going from 4K to 8K. And also, they give you fried tortillas on the side. I think what I'm gonna do, break it up, add it to my soup. There we go. Let it soak in there. This is definitely gonna give it a whole additional layer of texture. Oh, that's so good. A new crunchy texture, and also you get that subtle aromatic, slight sweetness from the tortilla. I like to let this soak in there. So it's slightly soggy, but still retains a nice crunch. Kind of like a chilaquiles. This is a giant bowl of soup. I mean, this will definitely fill you up. This whole place, there's so many other dishes I want to try. Again, everything is so affordable. You can see the way they move, how fast the dishes come out. It's so efficient here. I waited for about 20 minutes for my table, so it really wasn't much of a wait, but I walked by this restaurant and seen at least 50 people waiting for seats. The hype is real. There's a reason why everybody lines up. You don't see a lot of foreigners in here. You don't see a lot of tourists. I mean, these are locals eating here. Yeah, it's so crazy because I only found out about this place. I was trying to film a fast food video, and I went to a mall that had a McDonald's, and I saw this place, and it was just so many people that caught my attention. And I am so glad I was able to be here because this is amazing. As I was walking, I see all these roasted chicken places, and you can get like a chicken platter or a chicken sandwich for about $2 US. So I got their new crunchy fried chicken sandwich and bag of potato chips for $2. That I say is a good deal. So sesame bun, onions, chicken patty. It's not crunchy, but it's not half bad of a chicken sandwich. I think I should have went for a roasted chicken because that looks really juicy and nice, but now the line's too long. But for $2, this is a freaking amazing deal. Last meal of the day. Let's go get some churros. Well, I definitely got more than I bargained for. I could have got 1 piece or 4 piece. So I got 4 pieces thinking they'd be, tiny little sticks of churros. Instead, each piece is about the length of my forearm. Freshly fried, rolled in cinnamon sugar for about 40 pesos. Oh, wow. Wow, this is good. Perfect crunch on the outside. It's sweet, it's cinnamony, wonderfully soft inside, and this is just gonna get better because I got a hot chocolate to dip it in. And this is a Mexicano hot chocolate. First time I ever had churro and hot chocolate. It was in Spain, and it was glorious. All right, this hot chocolate does look a little watery. It's great. I'm sorry I insulted it. It's a perfect amount of bitterness to balance out the sweet churros. This is actually really good hot chocolate. Really chocolatey and creamy. I think in my mind, I thought it would just be the same as I had in Spain, which the hot chocolate was pretty much as thick as a pudding. But this, so good. So glad I got 3 more left. This has been such a fun food day. Every time I go abroad, I love exploring the local foods. And I know in Mexico City, you could potentially find very cheap eats pretty much everywhere you go. It most likely is gonna taste good. But it was so fun just walking around, getting to try all these new places today. And I know there's so many more affordable eats to explore in this city, in this country. So looking forward to doing it again next time. And as always, all the places I went to listed down below for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Until we eat again, see you later.